Hello my family. We have different variety of videos coming out and I cannot wait. This one's going to be on the Mediterranean side. It can be used both Mediterranean and low carb in some points. I am actually going to teach you how to make what's called a pomegranate molasses. This is the season of pomegranates, however, pomegranate juice can be bought year round. I did manage, although our Walmart ran out of them quite quickly, I did manage to purchase 2 pomegranates, and I will be taking the seeds from this and putting them in a Ziploc bag and freezing them. I'm also going to use some for fresh tonight. The pomegranate molasses I'm going to use to making a homemade dressing for my salad tonight. Since the last time I made my video, I have seen my doctor after my 6-month appointment, and y'all, hallelujah, y'all, amazing, absolutely amazing. In 20 years since I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, my blood work looked like the perfect green colored Christmas tree I had ever seen in my entire life. What do I mean by that? There were 2 marks that were a little off, but not to the point of being completely in danger or something to be highly concerned about. I've been pretty much in the normal bracket for the first time in 20 years. My weight and BMI was absolutely perfect, and my doctor looked at me in total amazement. Even then, she found out that I quit smoking for 6 months, and it blew her mind. Now, I will tell you, my doctor is extremely hard, very hardcore, and she has been very hard on me. And for the first time since I've been seeing her in 5 years, I got to hear her say, "I am proud of you," without a but behind it. As a matter of fact, I actually got rewarded, and pretty much my copay was forgiven. So I am extremely ecstatic about that. This morning we went for my husband's tests, and we're waiting on them to come in. So I look forward to try to update on later in this week on how he is doing as well. So I am going to continue for me on this Mediterranean, occasionally low carb. I'm staying with it. I'm happy, and I couldn't have more energy, feel better, everything. So that's exactly what my videos are going to stay with. This is who we are, and this is what we're going to do. I do have 2 videos coming out back to back right now. The first one I'm working on, like I told you, is the pomegranate molasses. The second one I am going to be working on and making a video for that, which I'm currently working on at the same time, kinda, is pumpkin gnocchi. And what's nice about gnocchis, whether it's just a traditional potato gnocchi or the pumpkin or squash, whatever, gnocchi can be frozen and it can be portioned. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, since I'm the only one that's going to be using it. I am baking or roasting today a young pheasant, bacon wrapped pheasant, and I will be having for me roasted pheasant with pumpkin gnocchi and butter sage sauce, and a side salad with pomegranate dressing and pomegranate seeds. My husband, now we are going to try him. We've never done this yet before, but we are going to test him out on a small red potato that will be roasted with ghee and herbs, and then he's going to have the pheasant with the same salad as me. So this is going to be our basic kind of low carb mixed with Mediterranean meal. You would think that this sounds like an absolute gourmet meal, and to some it may, but it's really not. It's what's in season, and I'm making use to what's in season. Now the pheasant, the only reason we have the pheasant is because we are literally raising pheasant. So that's the reason why we have it. Like I said, we're making use of what we have and what's in season. Sugar pumpkins, baby pumpkins, baking pumpkins, they're all in season right now, so I'm taking advantage of it. And if you didn't have a pumpkin, you can actually make pumpkin gnocchi with canned pumpkin and a single potato. So, and I will get into that. Right now's video is about our pomegranate molasses and how you can make it. And now I'm going to explain to you what you can use the pomegranate molasses for. Once your pomegranate juice is rendered and makes this beautiful thick molasses, you can actually use it as a marinade, salad dressing, or I've even used it to dip my meat into, like the bagels, and give that extra flavor. Pomegranate is an amazing health benefit that we all could use as far as lowering our blood sugar, or not blood sugar, but blood pressure, and so many different vitamins and minerals it puts into our body. I look forward to it. Pomegranate has an amazing flavor, and as a Mediterranean dressing, once I got the taste of it, it's been blowing my mind ever since, and I prefer it. Now, we do have another pheasant that we're going to be processing, and that one will probably be marinated in pomegranate molasses. Once you make your molasses, I will say that it can last in your refrigerator 4 to 6 months. So it's a kind of basic syrup thing that you can keep on hand for quite some time. So I'm going to try to make a big enough batch. There are several different ways of making this. I am doing mine without sugar. Many have used it and added sugar and lemon juice to it. I'm just going to use straight juice, and I'm going to render it down till thick. It is a slow process to do this, and so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, y'all, so what I am using is I went and got 48 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice. You see this here in your fruit and vegetable department of your grocery store in cooler section. This is chilled and refrigerated. And then I have one full 16 ounce and a partial one that I have used. So I'm going to actually render all this down into a pomegranate molasses. And all I'm going to do is take all of my juice and add it to my pan. Now again, I am not adding sugar to this. I don't want it extra sweet. I like it just the way it is, and so you can choose to add sugar if you want to. With this amount, I wouldn't add no more than a quarter, but some people have been known to add half. So now I'm just going to, at this point, I'm going to do this slowly in a medium-high heat. I'm going to let this come up to a boil. Basically, it's just simmering it. You want to simmer this down till it becomes a thick liquid. This could take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, up to an hour. It depends on how much you are making. So we leave it uncovered, we turn on our heat, and that's all we're going to do. So once I get this rendered and thick, I will show you what I'm looking for and show you the final to the pomegranate molasses, what it looks like, and then we're going to bottle this up. So we shall be back. Alright, y'all, we are about an hour and a half into reducing our pomegranate juice, and there is a lot of liquid gone on this. So it's getting at the point where it's just now reaching the thickness area of this. It's been about an hour and a half, and we had quite a bit of juice. Remember, I told you the amount of time it takes to reduce will be basically on how much pomegranate syrup or molasses you're going to have. Now again, we are not using sugar added in this. This is all 100% pure natural. You're welcome to add sugar if you want to. So we are getting close. We are looking for it to come onto the spoon and then make a streak standing across. I can barely see one, but I can start to see it. So this is starting to thicken. So once this is completely thickened, I'll bring you back and show you what needs to be done. Okay, y'all, so it has come to its thickness. I had cut off the heat. I'll show you what we are looking for. We got this spoon. Let's see if I can get this without it up close. Run my finger across, and if you can see that streak right here, that's what we're looking for. So we know it's reached this thickness. Now we're going to take it off the heat and allow this to cool, and as it cools, it also thickens up even more. So once this comes down to about room temperature, we will be back and we will bottle this up. I will show you how much I got out of what I had showed you this afternoon, and it has been 2 hours, so that's because I did have quite a bit. I remember I had a 48-ounce bottle, a 16-ounce bottle, and about 3/4 of another 16-ounce. So I am actually happy with the amount I got out of this. So I am going to be finding a container. This will be stored in the refrigerator, and so once I get a container, I will let you know how much we actually got out of this. Okay, the batch that we had made exactly 16 ounces of molasses, pomegranate molasses. So that's basically, this is not completely full on this pint, but a pint and maybe 4 ounces, or half of a 4-ounce jar. So I'm actually very thrilled with this. This will take me a good long ways, but it will not last long. I might be able to make this last, maybe, if I'm lucky, 2 months. So, and then I will be back to making it again. So I will be right back with you, and I will share some more information. So my friends, that is the end of making homemade pomegranate molasses. Now, can you buy maybe a 16-ounce bottle for like $14? Yes, absolutely. You can order it on Amazon. You don't have to take this process of homemade like I did. The reason I chose homemade, however, number one, it was made with 100% pomegranate juice. There was no added sugar. I did not add sugar to this. Now, I did add just a touch of lemon juice to it, though, to help with the preserving. But 95% of the time, now you will find some that have no sugar added, but those prices are even a bit higher. So it all depends. I prefer to know what exactly is in my pomegranate molasses. I did it homemade. I know there was absolutely no sugar traces except for what is in the pomegranate itself. So you can do either way. You can do it the homemade way, or you can order it online at Amazon. I am going to include a pomegranate molasses dressing, salad dressing, that you can have for a nice fall type of flavoring. It will consist of sumac, which that's easy to obtain, y'all. It's really not that hard, and I know some people consider this a gourmet, but it's really not. It's just extra flavor enhancers. So I will include this recipe. I am getting ready, and you will find that it's going to be pretty much the same day on these videos, but I'm stopping in segments because I have 2 different variation recipes. So the next recipe I'm fixing to work on will be a pumpkin potato gnocchi. I am going to be making pumpkin gnocchis in a butter sage sauce so that I can have it with our pheasant this evening. So I am going to end this segment of pomegranate molasses. I hope you enjoyed how to make your own, and if not, at least give you an idea that there's a thing called pomegranate molasses. It's a very, very good syrupy base. You can, instead of just even using it for recipes or for marinades, you can literally drizzle this over your favorite ice cream, or many, many different ways of using this. Some people will call it syrup. Others call it molasses. I call it molasses because that's what it's known as in the Mediterranean world. Again, as you don't want to get it super, super thick, because as it cools down, it continues to thicken as well. So you just want a nice, just like I showed you on the spoon, just a nice thought of you see the coating, and that's it, because you're going to allow it to naturally thicken on its own. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I will put the recipe, so look forward to that. And until the next video, much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.